All right, welcome back everyone to your favorite Klaviyo email marketing YouTube channel. Today I've got a bit of a different video, how to choose an email marketing agency, how to choose the proper email marketing agency that will help you scale without getting burned and without wasting time. Okay, obviously the two most important things there. I've heard a lot of horror stories from my clients before they came to us, and I kind of just know how it is. Obviously, full disclaimer, I run an email marketing agency myself. I try not to just like constantly plug that on my channel, and I won't even mention that in this actual video, maybe a little bit, while we're here. But I'm going to kind of give you guys the secrets and just some insider info as to like what to look for, why most agencies aren't great. Let me zoom in here for you guys. How to vet an email agency before you sign, what to look for, what to ask for, how to do your research on them, and like what specifically to judge them by. And then also how to judge their performance after you sign, right? Because it's one thing to find one, and then also, are they working for you? Are they generating you sales? Are certain numbers going up? Basically, is what I want to cover there. Okay. And so, why listen to me? Well, like I said, for those of you who are new, oh gosh, where is it? For those of you that are new, I have over $30 million in added email revenue through Klaviyo. Specifically, myself and my team, we actively manage over 40 different 6, 7, 8, and even 9-figure e-commerce brands with a 96% retention rate. All of our clients, like, we have completely month-to-month agreements. We don't lock anybody into a long-term contract. Any one of our clients could leave at any point. And despite that, we still have obviously a super strong retention rate for the industry benchmark, right? And then I have some different results here, not results, but just like messages we've gotten from clients, which is one of the things you want to ask for, which I'll talk about. Okay. And I'll just kind of breeze through those if you want to pause. But really first, excuse me, really quick to start, why do most agencies suck, for lack of a better term? Okay. Not all of them. There's a lot of great agencies out there. I'm not saying all agencies are bad. Obviously, I run an agency. I would consider ourselves to be one of the best in the industry, right? But there's a lot of agencies out there who also aren't good. Like, I think people can totally recognize that. I think there's more agencies that are bad than agencies that are good. Okay. There's a very small percentage of agencies out there who actually deliver high quality of work and communicate and have benchmarks and guarantees and all that stuff. Okay. And so it's all about finding that right agency, right? So, and I've talked to a lot of prospects. I do tons of calls with agency owners on a weekly basis, and I always kind of hear the same things. And so I'm kind of just compiling that here and putting them into just like a video for you guys. And again, a lot of my clients, they come from other agencies. I have case studies on my channel of brands telling us they've worked with like 7 agencies before us. So I kind of have heard it all. Big one is they kind of promise you a bunch of things at the beginning and then just don't deliver on them. Pretty simple. That's where having a guarantee is obviously really important. And so we're not like a tiny agency. We're also not a huge one, but at the same time, we still have a guarantee. We have a full happiness guarantee, right? So if you're not happy, you get your full investment back. Okay. And so I believe if you're really a good agency and you can deliver on your work, there's no need to not have a guarantee, right? Having a guarantee doesn't scare a good agency because you know you're going to deliver some good work, right? So that's the first thing. A lot of times what I see and what I've heard is that an agency can be awesome the first month and then they just get kind of complacent. They stop testing things. What happens the first month is they set things up. Usually when you're coming into an account, it's not great. Like, the scene in there is not great. So it's very easy to clean up things and have a spike in performance like the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, if you're obviously on the ball. But what happens after that is I've heard agencies will get kind of complacent, right? They'll stop testing things after all the flows are set up. They'll stop adding new flows. They'll stop adding splits to the flows. They won't be testing the sign up form, and they just kind of slowly transition into like, here are some campaigns, right? Here are some campaigns for your review. And they're setting 2 per week, and that's it, right? So you want to watch out for that. Make sure that your agency is constantly testing things, right? They don't communicate nearly enough as they should. That's a huge one. Communication is everything when it's a brand and an agency relationship. The goal for any agency and what you should be looking for is this is a partnership, right? It's not a transaction. We try to be as much of an in-house team as possible for our brands. Now, obviously, we're not like a full-time in-house team specifically working on just your account for the entire, whatever, 9-10 hours a day, obviously. But we try to be as much of an in-house team as humanly possible to the brand and to the client. We respond within 20 minutes or so in Slack. That's what you guys want to be looking for, right? Communication should be super, super, super frequent, like almost every other day. There should be some sort of update on what's going on in the account. Reports should be at least weekly. Okay. At the end of the month, there should be a huge end of month report, but there should be weekly reports on just like the state of the account, the roadmap, what's going on next. Huge one there, because you never want to be in the dark as the brand owner, right? And then also, last one here, a lot of agencies will just kind of nickel and dime you for everything. One of the things that I think people really enjoy about our service is just the fact that it's unlimited. So you want to look for an agency, whether it's mine or whether it's somebody else. This is like, I'm trying not to make this a pitch inadvertently. It kind of just is naturally. So you're gonna have to bear with me, but it's unlimited, right? And you want to look for an agency that doesn't have a cap to that. Now, for some of our clients, we're doing 10 emails in a week when it comes to Black Friday. There's no upcharge for that, right? So again, I've heard from a lot of brand owners that their past agency, they were on like an 8 campaign a month package and they wanted an extra one So that'd be an extra 4 campaigns a month, and it's an extra whatever $800 or something, right? So I mean, it's up to you guys if you really want that or not. You feel it out, but I would recommend going with an agency that just kind of does whatever it takes to make you money. Is basically what that looks like, right? Now, how do you vet an email agency before you sign? Okay, pretty simple, right? But you want to ask for all of these things, okay? And don't just jump into things. Like, take it slow. It's best to get ahead on these things. You don't want to be in a time crunch. Obviously, that can help kind of like alter your decision. But always ask for case studies. That's pretty simple. But more so than case studies, because screenshots are one thing. Although you can kind of tell a lot just based on the quality of the screenshots and based on the ones they send you. If an agency is sending you a screenshot of like a 20% attribution, I don't care what brand you are, unless you're B2B. But if you're direct to consumer e-commerce selling physical products and you're at 20% attribution, that's not great, right? Even if you're running ads, even if you're, so anyways, you want to ask for case studies, but more importantly, ask for client interviews. Okay. Client interviews are super important. It gives you a firsthand look at how the agency actually interacts with their clients. The more client interviews they have, the better relationships they have with more of their clients, right? Like if a brand's going to get onto an interview and have that be broadcasted, they have to obviously be pretty happy with your service and feel pretty comfortable with you as an agency, right? Or as the founder or as the account executive, whatever, right? And so what I've noticed too is that there's some huge agencies out there. I won't name names, but there's some huge email agencies out there, and just regular agencies too, not even just email, that are huge, like hundreds and hundreds of clients, but they have like 2 case studies on their site, 3 case studies on their site, 3 interviews rather, 3 client interviews. And it's like, that's not a great sign. I'll be quite honest with you, right? For the amount of clients we have over 10 case studies, right? So I don't know what the math is on that. I'm really bad at it. Yeah, you guys can do the math better than me. But we have a lot of case studies and we're collecting more. Actually, we're just waiting for Black Friday because we're going to do some awesome things for Black Friday. And that's the best time to just harvest client interviews. And we're going to get like 10 more. So anyways, ask for client interviews, ask for reviews. If they have like a Trustpilot or something, make sure you're looking at those. See if they have any negative reviews. If they do have any negative reviews, see what it was about. Like, see if they responded to it, see how they handle it. Just kind of see how they navigate that and also see what the problem was there. Ask for examples of design work. Design's super important when it comes to email. Obviously, there's a ton of strategy that goes into it, but design is really important as well. People kind of overlook that. So just ask them for a Figma file of a bunch of different designs they've made, and ask them specifically for like designs that match your specific brand, right? Like if you're a supplement brand, ask them, hey, what other supplement brands have you worked with? Show me some designs for that, right? And so kind of see how they approach that. Ask for their content, social media. If they have a YouTube channel, if they have Instagram, whatever, ask them for that. Just kind of see how they present themselves online. That's one's not super imperative. I mean, a lot of great agencies are out there that don't really post content, so that's not that big of a deal. And then this is a big one. A lot of people I don't think do this, but ask to speak with like an actual current client over the phone, like or via email, right? Just even going back and forth. We have multiple clients that have said like, hey, just give my number out to potential prospects, and like I'd be happy to put in a good word for you guys. So just ask them if they have anyone like that, even just one person in maybe a similar niche or industry to you. That way you could kind of speak with like an actual client of theirs and have it be unbiased and not have them there to mediate, right? Like just have it, have a raw combo with one of their clients is a great way to go. And then here's how you judge their performance after you actually sign. Okay, there's obviously the common one of just, is email attribution rising? Okay, that's pretty simple. Anyone can look at that. But it's not great. It does, okay, don't get me wrong. Like it's awesome. If you get into an account and email attribution is going up by 1,000%, which I have a screenshot like that, it's honestly ridiculous. Yes, clearly you're doing some awesome things, but more importantly, like, why are we doing this? Why are you investing into an agency to get help with your Klaviyo and with your email marketing? It's to make more money, right? So yes, we want attribution to rise because that's a direct correlation to like what our efforts are in the account. But more importantly, is your top line revenue rising compared to previous identical time periods, right? So what is your total revenue looking like? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it staying the same? That's honestly a better indicator because typically email marketing, if you're doing it properly within about 60 days, what we've seen is you can add anywhere from, I'd say like 12 to 20% to the brand's total revenue, not just email revenue, like total revenue, right? Within about 60 to 90 days, if you're doing it properly. Sometimes more, sometimes less. It really just depends. But you definitely want to check top line revenue. How many tests have they run? Again, goes back to that complacency factor. A lot of agencies, they get really complacent when it comes to running tests after the first month. Sometimes they don't run tests at all. Email marketing is not set and forget. You'll hear me say that all over the channel and all my videos. Email marketing is a living and breathing thing. Your sign up form needs to constantly be tested. Like every single week, we're running a test on that form because that is the single most important piece. Your flows need to be tested. Your campaigns need to be tested, like everything, right? So there's so many things in the account you could test. There should be at least 2 tests running somewhere in the account every single week. Okay. So just keep tabs and oops. Oh my gosh. And just kind of make sure that they are testing things. More importantly, what are they actually doing in the account after the initial 30-day setup period? That's when you want to really be on high alert. Did they just set things up? What are they doing after that, right? Are they just kind of giving you campaigns, or again, are they testing? Are they cleaning your list? Are they managing deliverability? Are they trying to get open rates up? Are they creating new segments? Are they creating, different, just tons of different things in the account that you can do when it comes to just overall management? Because the real money is made. Obviously, yes, the setup period is where you're going to see a huge increase, but the incremental improvements are really where the money's made. So just make sure you keep a note of that. And then pretty simple, are they introducing new ideas, or are they only just kind of sending campaigns, right? You want to be constantly proactive. You want a partner who's going to be proactive and not just, doing things on a whim. Okay. So kind of a little bit of a different video there. I tried not to plug myself too much. Again, kind of difficult, but inadvertently the whole video is going to kind of be like that. So I've just accepted that at this point. Hope you guys are okay with that. But we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming in the next couple of days here. I'm going to post a couple other things just like inside of Klaviyo. Also, if you guys remember, I did that video on the audit. I did a live audit on a Klaviyo account. They were doing about 100,000 per month. Their results are actually pretty insane. So I'm going to make another video in the next couple of days here. I might wait for the month to close out, and then I'll do a video just like what we did specifically in the account, how you can replicate it, and what worked for them. So if you're a similar type of brand, you can obviously take note of that. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. If you have any questions, just shoot me a comment or shoot me a message. My email, I think, is somewhere in my YouTube. If you want to learn more about email marketing, I have a free email marketing newsletter. It's in the description of this video. Basically, I send out pretty much like I'd say a couple times per week free email marketing tips, tricks, advice, things I tried with my clients, tests we've ran, results, screen, all sorts of stuff that you can kind of just take and use for your brand. And yeah, so join that. It's free. It's in the link in the bio. And then yeah, last thing here, shameless plug that I wasn't plugging the whole time, but if you want to have my team come in and scale your brand, first link in the description, book a call with me directly. We'll get on a call. I'll learn more about what you guys have going on, and we can go from there. So I appreciate it, guys. I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.